You have to define what is a redstone thing, right? This is a redstone thing, this is a redstone thing. These are all redstone things, right? I'm not talking about redstone itself. He's talking about how people treat redstone on a high pedestal, which I disagree, by the way. I'm gonna do a triple neon.
All my conceptions, alright.
So we're reacting to some hot redstone takes. Let us know in the comments if you agree or disagree or have something else to say.
Piston doors are too flashy for 99% of bases. Just put a normal double door down. It's as effective and way easier to build.
That's like saying, oh, here's my giant flat screen TV. It's too flashy. I'll just have a CRT instead. They do the same thing.
It's decorational redstone. Like, yeah, it makes your base look cool, but it's not necessarily useful. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't build it.
Piston doors, they are flashy. That is the point. They're supposed to look cool.
Frostwalker boots are the most overpowered redstone component, perfect for login detection and essential for single-player wireless redstone system. That is so niche and situational. Like, there are far better ways to detect players.
There's better ways to do all of these.
Redstone builds are made of mostly non-redstone things.
We have to define what is a redstone thing, right? This is a redstone thing, this is a redstone thing. These are all redstone things, right? Are rails a redstone thing? They have redstone in the recipe, and
rails
they're also powered from
redstone interactions. So yes, they are a redstone thing as well.
Doors and trapdoors, are these redstone things?
Yes.
Yes, they are. It's a hitbox that changes when it's powered.
Jesus Christ. Is a chest a redstone component? They're saying it's not a redstone component. Is a furnace a redstone component? They interact with comparators.
No.
I guess no, yeah.
Like, comparator can read it, but it doesn't directly interact with the redstone itself. Like, it's not powering anything.
Okay.
Like, the comparator just
and
reads it.
now I bring you the jukebox pre 1.20. Is a jukebox pre 1.20 a redstone component?
No, not really.
And now after that, would you say it's a redstone component?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, Purple, according to you, what defines something as being a redstone component?
If it either changes another redstone component or powers it.
You say changes a redstone component. All these containers interact with comparators. They change it. This has turned into what is a redstone component now. So you're saying comparators reading containers, that's not a property of a container, that's a property of a comparator, meaning that containers are not redstone components according to your logic, Purple?
Yes.
Sloy, what do you think of that? You use containers in all your computational stuff?
Absolutely. I mean, containers it's not their job to output redstone to do anything with redstone. It's the comparator's job. So yeah, absolutely.
Mark that down.
Everybody, debate in the comments below.
Guys, in the comments, debate what is considered a redstone component. Redstone has reached a level where you have to be a programmer / electrician to strive in the content space. I think what they're saying is, though, you can only be good in redstone YouTube if you're very good at things related to redstone, or just be very good at redstone already.
You can be a really bad redstoner and have a good audience if you're funny and stuff like that. Never mind.
Like, obviously there is a certain level of skill requirement, but you don't need to be the most amazing redstoner to make good redstone content.
Exactly, bro. You need to be good content creator, make good redstone content.
Yeah, you need to be good at content, not just redstone. There are plenty of amazing redstoners out there who aren't that great at making content, and so they're not that big. The smallest doors in volume are never actually the smallest. A 2-wide door will never lose out to a 1-wide door with a much bigger silhouette, which ends up being harder to cram into a build.
These are basically the exact same size, but I think this cube is easier to put into places, I guess.
Hard disagree then, because
what? Really?
1-wide doors are so much easier to fit into actual bases and stuff in survival. A lot of the time you want the wall to be flat against it, so there's not a long corridor.
But would you rather have a long corridor or a really large wall to cover up the redstone?
Large wall, because you have lots of vertical space to work with. If you're actually building above ground in a house and stuff, a 1-wide door is going to be way easier to fit between two walls.
I think it's all use dependent. If you're making a sort of mansion and you want a 4x4 in it, it's gonna be way harder to cover up a 1-wide 4x4. Building a secret base in a single player world is very useful.
Well, what is it secret from?
Yeah, what is it
if it's single player?
I mean, he said useful, not fun. It's definitely fun to make a secret base in single player, but useful, who are you secreting against, bro? Opening beauty of doors, so I guess the animation of the opening and closing is better than opening speed of doors.
Every time when someone shows me a door, I'm like, I'm like.
Keep going.
Anyway, I'm so always impressed. I don't care if it's fast or if it's beautiful or if it's both. It can be both. It can be both. It's so cool when it's both.
Wow,
Oh my
this is
God.
door positivity. All doors are fast and beautiful.
No. I said it's cool when it is. Oh,
Door
no.
positivity, guys.
I used to only play Bedrock Edition before switching to Java around 2 years ago, and I gotta say Bedrock Redstone isn't that bad. That is wrong.
Boy. Oh boy.
Sure, but compared.
Wait, hold on. What was the original thing that they said?
Oh shit! What was it? Wait, hold on. Page 50.
Such a Bedrock Redstone, bro. That's said by Spacewalker. Java Redstone may be random across space, but Bedrock Redstone is random across time. If we're gonna talk about Java's locationality and stuff, it's better to just move a Redstone build than to add extra delay.
The biggest Redstone innovator of all time is Seth Bling.
Wrong.
Most Redstone computers are completely useless because they're too slow to use effectively and too complex and expensive to build in survival.
Oh boy, this is Sloy. Sloy, you take it away with this one.
Okay, look at me in the eyes.
I'll stare at you in the eyes. Yeah.
Yes, Giant Bedrock being different is a good thing. Many of you like to fight over nothing. Bedrock Redstone isn't bad. You're just scared of
I
it.
think the point here, we already talked about Bedrock Redstone being bad.
I know
the
what
point
the point here is.
Two different systems.
They're being different is bad because it means that when people search up how to learn Redstone or search up a Redstone tutorial, they have to deliberately search for one that is for their version.
Exactly.
And not everyone can tell the difference.
I think what is unintuitive as opposed to programming languages, it is very easy to know if programming languages are different because they are literally just called two different things, whereas Redstone is both called Redstone on two platforms, and the only difference between the two Minecrafts is colloquially. A new player isn't gonna know what Minecraft Java and Minecraft Bedrock is.
Redstone is 85% parkour and compact build.
That's not a hot take, that's a fact. Moving on.
That is a fact. I am gonna prove how long I spent parkouring.
He's gonna do a triple neon
on my constructions. Alright.
He's gonna do it first
3,
try.
2, 1. Let's go!
People need to stop putting redstoning on such a high pedestal. The whole point is that it's only simple. Complexity only emerges from combining simple circuits, pretending otherwise intimidates newcomers.
I think he's not talking about redstone itself. He's talking about how people treat redstone on a high pedestal, which I disagree, by the way. The thing that I've found about redstone when showing it to non-redstoners, it's not that they don't put it on a high pedestal, it's that they don't actively look for it. They only praise it when they see a specific build, and even then, they're still not going to look for more. They're going to say, oh, I saw this cool build once.
Redstone is overrated. Redstone is nothing compared to command blocks. You can do anything you can do with redstone with data packs and command blocks too.
Guys, the point of redstone is that you can do it in survival as well.
Two words, survival mode.
It's like saying, oh, redstone can make all these farms. The command block can just do the give command. Compacting your redstone build is a waste of time.
If you're trying to make decorational redstone and fit it inside a base in between the walls, then yes, compacting does matter a bit.
I think you should always try to compact your redstone. Obviously not the first try, but if you build something and if you're able to make it smaller, start figuring out more sometimes smaller isn't optimal, but different ways to do the same thing, and knowing different ways of doing the same thing actually could help. I think you should definitely make the same thing over and over and see if you can improve.
Also, compacting can be really good for survival because sometimes you actually get to use way less resources.
Yeah, resources, true.
Minecraft doesn't care about redstoners. Most people don't get past the stage of using a couple pistons for a door. There's no incentive to add or fix redstone. Better satisfy the masses for profit. Spicy.
I mean, redstone is a niche part of the game.
Yeah.
Most people do not interact with redstone at all, so...
It's kind of crazy, though, because, if you if you know what Minecraft is, you do know what redstone is. But the thing, it's still so niche. It's it's such a weird paradox. Mojang should take notes from Create Mod. Its wireless receiver can be only activated by the block it's on. Still better than the current Sculk sense. How much redstone behavior should Mojang take from mods?
I would not like Mojang adding more redstone things.
In Create Mod, you have a bunch of components that are very, very specific. They have a very specific purpose.
They do one
Whereas
thing.
the redstone components, they just have a simple behavior and you have to make them do what you want them to do. The most efficient farms should consider the amount of effort involved in making them. A lot of them do actually.
Okay.
One of the main considerations that people do when designing a farm is like the build effort. They will deliberately reduce the number of different components that it uses, so you don't have to constantly swap items in your inventory.
The way redstone is being used is beyond what was intended. I get it's a simple. Oh my god! I get it's a sandbox game, but when you make computers with a block that was meant to push something, it doesn't feel right. That's what makes Redstone so fucking cool.
It's all about discovering stuff.
I think what they're saying is like, Redstone has gone too far, and I don't know why that's a problem.
And think about it like in real life. Like if people were not going beyond, like we would have been stuck with light bulbs for like 200 years.
I have to say, some of these were absolutely terrible takes, but some of them are pretty good.
Some of them sparked some interesting conversation, like what is a redstone component?
Redstone is utterly useless.
Yeah.
And like 90% of its uses, but just have fun, guys. Just have fun with the game. That's awesome.
Maybe the real redstone was the friends we made along the way.
And with that, guys, like and subscribe. Get me more subs in purple.